Hey guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to Book Snob. The Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone movie was released 18 years ago. I mean, can you believe it? But I'm willing to bet that there are still some things that you missed. Keep watching if you want to see these 7 things you may have missed in the movie. Number 7. Gryffindor pretty much gains the same points Harry and his friends lost for the house. Now, Harry, Ron, and Hermione are regarded to be heroes for gaining Gryffindor so many last-minute points that move them from last place to first at the end of the Sorcerer's Stone. But in reality, Harry, Ron, and Hermione didn't particularly do anything for the house in terms of points. They gained back all the points they lost earlier when McGonagall caught them in the halls late at night. In the book, the rest of Gryffindor hated them for losing all these points and causing the house to be in the last place. This is the reason Neville ultimately stands up to them. And so by regaining these points, Gryffindor ended up in the same position they should have been in anyway, which is tied with Slytherin. I guess we can say that Neville is the true unsung hero, as he is the one responsible for the extra points that makes Gryffindor win. Number 6. The time jump between finding out about Nicholas Flamel and the final adventure. Now, as you might remember, Harry sneaks into the library's restricted section during the winter break. And when winter break finishes, Hermione learns all about Nicholas Flamel being the maker of the Sorcerer's Stone. But it is not until after their final exams that Harry, Ron, and Hermione set off on the final adventure. In this movie, the time jump is represented by Harry walking through the snow in one frame, and right after, having Hogwarts look bright and snowless, like spring and summer. So as we know, the movie spans an entire school year, but we may not have realized that the movie's directors skipped half the year so that we could see the final adventure. Number 5. Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff houses cheering for Gryffindor's win. Now, admittedly, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff are kind of background houses in the series. I don't want to say rejects, but let's just say they didn't do these houses much justice at all. The general battle between good versus evil was represented in the microcosm of the schoolhouse rivalry between Gryffindor versus Slytherin. Now, the reason that Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw cheer for Gryffindor, even though they also lost, was because Slytherin hadn't lost the House Cup in 7 years. Slytherin had proven themselves to be unbeatable for 7 years. No doubt that fact probably influenced politics and social interactions among the students, but everyone was happy to see Slytherin finally dethroned. Number 4. Writers being cheeky about changing the scene with the keys. Now, in the book, after Harry, Ron, and Hermione get past Fluffy, the 3-headed dog, they drop into Devil's Snare. After this, they search through the keyboards to find the oldest looking key. They easily find it and open the door without any hiccups. Next, they play Wizard's Chess, and finally, Hermione solves a riddle made by Snape with 7 different poisons. In the movie, however, since they completely omit Hermione solving Snape's riddle, and also since this is the climax of the movie writers try to make each part of their journey more exciting. They take the most boring part, the part with the keys, and have Harry comment that it's just too simple, when in fact it was exactly that simple in J.K. Rowling's book. Movie writers tweak this and have Harry flying the broom and the birds attacking him. Then Ron rightfully comments that it now complicates things a bit. So this is very meta because Harry and Ron essentially breaks the fourth wall by offering commentary on J.K. Rowling's scene. It was too simple, now the movie writers complicates things a bit. This is something you may have missed because it's so subtle. Number 3. Dumbledore knowing that Harry couldn't touch Professor Quirrell / Voldemort. Now, after Harry defeats Quirrell and wakes up in the medical ward, Dumbledore comes to speak to him. In the movie, Dumbledore asks Harry if he knows why Voldemort couldn't touch him. Harry doesn't know, and Dumbledore offers him an explanation, essentially telling him that just like when he was a baby, his mother's love saved him from Voldemort. Problem is, Dumbledore should have never known what happened in the first place. In the book, Harry offers that information first, genuinely confused and asking Dumbledore why Voldemort couldn't touch him. The only 2 people who knew that Harry couldn't touch Voldemort was Harry and Quirrell / Voldemort. The movie makes a discrepancy here, but we all overlook it because we just love Dumbledore and he knows everything. Number 2. Harry acknowledging that Professor McGonagall gave him the Nimbus 2000 broom. In the movie and the book, Harry wonders who was responsible for getting getting him the Nimbus 2000 broom. And he looks over at Professor McGonagall. She merely smirks at him and he thanks her with his eyes. In the book and movie, McGonagall was the one who essentially got Harry a place on the Quidditch team. Since she was also the leader of the Gryffindor house, she was able to make decisions like sponsoring Harry a brand new Nimbus 2000 broom. Even though McGonagall punishes Harry throughout the movie and is forced to take away points from her own house, it seems that she actually has quite a soft spot for Harry after all. And finally, number 1, Voldemort knowing Harry's deepest desire. Considering that in later movies, we find out that Harry is indeed one of Voldemort's 7 Horcruxes. Voldemort knowing Harry's deepest desire and seeing what he sees in the mirror of Erised may just be one of the biggest Easter eggs you missed in this movie. It's not far-fetched to consider that just like Harry later saw what Voldemort saw, here in the first movie, Voldemort sees through Harry's eyes and knows what he sees in the mirror of Erised. Actually, it's quite likely that this is the reason why Voldemort knows what Harry saw, although Voldemort doesn't seem to piece it together himself. It's not something Voldemort knows.
See what I did there?
But let me know in the comments below, how many of these details did you guys actually catch in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? Did you guys miss any of these? And which ones did you like the most? Comment below and let me know. And guys, if you like this video, please subscribe for more.